Welcome back, guys, to Swing Trading and Coffee. We have a wild 48 hours to catch up on. If you thought the first week of 2026 was going to be quiet, Elon Musk apparently had other plans. We're talking sentient cars, robot surgeons, and a stock chart that is trying to decide if it wants to go to the moon or to the basement. First off, let's hit the big gossip. Elon is leaning fully into the 2026 is the year of singularity narrative. He's been all over X posting about how we have officially entered the singularity, and when it comes to opinions on Elon, it's the usual chaos. Half the internet is furious while the other half is cheering. And Wall Street, on the other hand, is just trying to figure out if any of this affects the bottom line. And also, he had dinner with you-know-who at Mar-a-Lago, posting that 2026 is going to be amazing. So is this more political noise starting to ramp up again? But here is where we need to pay attention. The tech is moving faster than the drama. The biggest story right now is full self-driving. We've got Ashok Ilaswamy, Tesla's head of AI, confirming that the reasoning capabilities we were promised for version 14.3 have already started shipping in 14.2. This is huge. They're literally sneaking extra brain power into cars right now. Elon claims that by version 14.3, the car is going to feel, quote, sentient. And he didn't stop there. In a podcast that dropped recently, Musk claimed Optimus robots will be better than human surgeons within 3 years. A bold statement. Not 20, but 3 years. He's practically betting the house here that AI solves most of our problems by 2029. Now let's ground this in reality for a second. While everyone is looking at the sci-fi stuff, Tesla quietly made a massive move in Australia and New Zealand. They launched a 5-year unlimited kilometer warranty. That is a world first. You don't do that if your cars are falling apart. You do that when you have supreme confidence in your manufacturing. And just to silence the haters, the Model Y was confirmed as the world's best-selling car for the 3rd year in a row. However, it's not all sunshine. We've got a new bill floating around in the US Congress targeting Tesla's electronic door handles after some safety concerns. That is a potential regulatory headache, and it's not just happening in the US. So you have one side saying that the company is worth nothing, and the other side saying that the cars are about to wake up and become sentient. The volatility is here, the volume is here, and the narrative has shifted to pure AI execution. A quick reminder for you guys, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Let's take a look at the charts and the options flow so we can see what's happening with this singularity bet. Let's take a quick look at the options. So this is the gamma exposure, and we had over the past couple trading sessions, some shorts, some puts, people coming in buying puts, but it has gone absolutely flat. I mean, completely. There are almost no shorts left on Tesla, and we are sitting right at the call wall at 445. And there are $1.7 billion worth of options on here. At the put wall, just 39 million. So you can see the strength. I'm gonna go and stick my neck out here and say this. The charts confirm that this is the bottom for now, at least the short term, and the options flow as well. Which is why today I made some changes to my Tesla position, and I'm going to get into that in just a moment. We also got to take a look at the SPY to gauge the health of the market. Overall looking bullish, not too much puts coming in here, and it's shifted. After we got the jobs data today, the market's looking bullish. So we're at the call wall, and this is just going to keep shifting up in my opinion. This is the beginning of an awesome start to a big rally. I think when you start off the year like this and you break key levels, it's looking good for the remainder of the year. Not to say it's not going to be a volatile year or a choppy year. I bet you it's going to be very volatile this year. And that is going to be great if you're a trader. And if you're an investor, it's going to get you great opportunities to buy dips. So let's put the FOMO aside and learn a little bit about technical analysis. All right, so looking at the SPY chart here, you're gonna see that we have been in this triangle, which is a tug of war between longs and shorts, and depending on which way it breaks out to the bottom, that's the direction it's headed if it heads to the upside. And that is what's happening now. We peaked out once here with this red candle, and it pulled back, and we now had a very strong green candle that broke above this level here. So this is looking bullish and constructive. What do I expect here for the SPY and the triple Qs? I expect continuation. We may come up and have a retest before we come back up. Sometimes we'll get a flush for a day just to fake some people out before continuing, but I think we already got that on this red day here. So I think we are going to continue, which is why I've left on positions, and I'm going to wait for a couple more stocks to start making moves. There is a lot on the market right now that is ready to break out. Quick look at the triple Qs, the NASDAQ. Also, we had a nice breakout here. Confirmed move. We haven't broken the highs yet. I think when semis eventually pick up steam, we're going to get that big move and set new highs on the NASDAQ. All right, now let's talk about the Tesla chart. So we had this trend line here, and I told you guys that when this breaks, it's going to get ugly, which is why I got out of my Tesla calls up here at this exact candle, because we were expecting after this wick here, we expected that shorts would be trapped and it would rally to the upside. But that didn't happen, and it rolled over the next day. We had a big red candle, and that to me was the signal to get out. I actually got out before this thing completely broke to the downside. However, now I've been playing a different game. I'm trying to wait. I was waiting for it to get oversold, and it's been oversold for a bit. I've been eyeing it somewhere around since here. When we had this first level, I wanted to see if it would break or hold, and it broke. So that told me that we still need to wait. And then after that, we had this candle here, this green candle right there. It tried to come above and take out the highs of that previous candle, but it failed. That told me there was still more time. And then now that we've come down to the point of control, and this is your highest volume area right here at this price range, that is usually where stocks will find their support. So I started loading up here around this zone, and I was in with short-term calls. However, I wanted to give this more time because my calls were only expiring a week out. I had bought originally 2 weeks out, because when you get a snapback, it's usually very volatile and very fast, which is what I'm looking for. That's where you can lock in really big gains if you use a little bit of leverage, but it has to be used very responsibly. So what I did today with my options is I sold the short-term options and I bought some for February. Now with my February calls, I'm targeting this gap up here. I think it can get up there maybe in 1 to 2 weeks if the market continues ripping, which I think it will. And as you saw in the options flow, there's no money going into shorts right now. Nobody's buying puts. Very few people are. And if you're panicking out here, or you're thinking, I'm going to get out here because this is a sinking ship, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. This is not financial advice. What I'm doing here, and this is what I typically do in my swing trading, is I wait for the big pullback, and that gives you a lot more room to ride it back up when it hits all-time highs. So what are my targets for Tesla right now that we have a confirmed bottom? I'm glad you asked. We're going to take our Fibonacci extension tool here, bottom to top, and we're going to pull it down to the bottom here. So our first target, this is what I typically go for, is the 618. This is going to put you just below $500 at 496.44. Our next targets, if we can take out the highs, is 516 and 541. 541 is a moonshot target. I'm not calling for that to happen right away. I expect that, we are going to start building structure. We're going to have more pullbacks before we hit these price targets. These up here, they could take weeks. They could take months. I'm going to lean towards it's probably going to take months, because we also have earnings coming up at the end of January. And I don't know. I don't have any predictions yet about that. I'm going to start looking into it. If you guys want me to break down the financials of Tesla, I mainly do technical analysis, but if you want me to break down some of the financials and what to expect for this next earnings, you got to let me know in the comments below. If there's interest, I'm going to do it. All right, guys. Now that we've pretty much broken down the Tesla situation and you guys can have a great weekend, I want to give you guys a little bonus for those of you that stayed around till the end. I'm going to give you a peek into my swing trading portfolio right now, just the positions that I have open and what I'm doing with them. So this past week, I mostly got in on options expiring 2 weeks out. I typically play it much longer than that, but I was expecting a snapback in markets and it paid off nicely. So yesterday I closed out my Amazon position. That was a very nice runner, made about 160% plus. And I moved some money into Google. Google today hit 130%. I sold these short-term calls and I bought some that are further out to give it room because I don't want decay over the weekend on a contract that's expiring a week out. So I locked in the 130% profit and I'm actually up on the new position as well. McDonald's, I sold this. I'm not seeing real bullishness. We caught a little bit of a move, roughly 30% on it, so I'll take it. And I'll move this into something that has a bit more volatility and is ready to pop. Next up, I picked up ARM. This has been beaten down really badly, and it's ready for a comeback. So I picked up some contracts here for like a month out. And the Tesla position is nearly flat right now. I was down on it, but when I picked up some more options, now it's near flat. So I think I'm going to hit big on this Tesla trade, but this is going to take some time. I don't think we're going to run up to all-time highs very quickly. It's going to be a little bit choppy and it's going to take a little bit of time. And United Health, this one I opened up yesterday. I think this one is going to get continuation to the upside. I put out a video just yesterday breaking down most of these stocks, and look out over the weekend for the weekly trading plan, which is where I lay out all my trades from the previous week and tell you what I'm doing into the next week. I hope you guys like this video. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. This channel is new and I'm trying to grow it. Enjoy the weekend, guys, and look out for some great educational material coming out soon. Talk to you later.